Yeah, so if you put the debug values in the DBB OMBINI, we need to restart the vault server. So if you make any changes to the DBB OMBINI file, you need to restart the vault server, then only those changes will be reflected. Okay, but if you want to put the debug levels without restarting the vault services, then we can put it in dynamically in the interface. Private direct server interface. Okay. So if you put set dynamically debug levels, no need to restart the vault server. Okay, but if you put permanently, then we need to put it in the DBB OMBINI and you need to restart the vault. Okay. So here PK related to PK authentication, and scroll down there we have some syslogism crypto. This is for secure IDM though. Yeah. LDAP. Syslog. Today, while we are doing the DR, the vendor, at least he, asked us to validate some of the data on the LDAP part, right? Because once we switched over to the DR part, a few users were unable to authenticate themselves. But for people who were the administrator kind of a thing, it was working for them. The SAML authentication. So he just came back and tried to make some changes on the DBB OMBINI. So this DBB OMBINI file should be identical across all the vaults. So in case, if your production vault is in cluster, so in those two nodes, active and passive node, this file should be identical, and whenever if you make any changes to the DBB OMBINI, definitely you need to make those changes in all the three vaults, DR side and production side. Yeah, so basically, I think what he did was he copied everything as is from the primary vault and pasted, or rather replaced it in the DR vault. And post that he will restart the services. Yeah. In real time in cases. So what? At what time this file should be like if you are doing any configuration or if you want to do any recover something. So what is the purpose of using this file? So assume that now we have created everything vault server. Everything is running fine. Okay, so we are now users also created. I got your doubt, so let me explain. So, due to some reason, you want to test your master user. Okay. Or as a part of every year activity. You want to test your master user password whether it is working or not. Okay. So in that case you need to upgrade this DBB OMBINI file. So once that testing has done, immediately we need to delete that recovery private key from the vault server, and also we need to change the path of the recovery private key in the DBB OMBINI file. So this is one of the examples. Okay, and another example is like, so you have opened a double-threaded port for your CPM server from vault server. Okay, but later, due to some exceptions or due to some scenarios, you want to change this RTQ port double-threaded time to PWW and not to CPM. In that case also, you need to update your PWW IP in the allow non-standard FW address value. So I will show you how that parameter will be. So these kinds of changes you need to do in the. We are seeing this LDAP syslog, WLM file, HSM file, perfect. So assume if any user of LDAP like auto synchronization, external objection or external objection policy, whatever required LDAP connectivity OK. And the syslog also means syslog means entire syslog of the specific user of the LDAP file. LDAP users of syslog. I'm saying WLM file like PWW files, so these are all not related to users. These are all related. Integration to integration is different. So LDAP, why we need to do LDAP integration? Because some external users like Active Directory users, if they want to log into Cyberark. So definitely we can't create all those users in the Cyberark vault itself, so definitely we require one external directory. So for that reason we need to integrate the LDAP. Like that for every integration or every configuration. There is just some importance. Okay, so these are all not the kind of user specific. So user admin specific purpose, what exactly we have to do so here? My question is specific. Question is, as an administrator, do we need to do any changes based on the requirement? You know requirement level or we have to do it to run these services. No need to make any changes for running the services. Once that implementation and installation part is done, we will not touch this configuration. So if you get any requirement, then only we need to make configuration changes. Yeah, perfect, any requirement. So what exactly will be the requirement? That's what I told you, right? So, in case, if you want to organize a master user as a part of your prior activity, definitely you need to make these changes. Or for example, so let me tell you another thing. So initially that syslog servers are configured in 10.1.1.1. But due to some reason they have upgraded that servers to some other IP. In that case also, you need to update your syslog IP here, even for LDAP also. So initially. But LDAP configuration force we can't configure here. But yeah, syslog IP only. We can configure here kind of. It is also one of the examples, okay, so we have in this file, we have to go this file in a syslog. We have to change that IP address in case, if they have upgraded or migrated to different server beforehand, they will communicate to all the application owners who are all using that. Syslog means Splunk or ArcSight or ArcGIS. So on that change window day, we as a Cyberark team we need also participate in that change and we need to update our dbconwin file and we need to restart our vault servers and we need to get confirmation from the SimTools team whether they are getting the syslog from Cyberark vault or not. Okay, so we can. I don't think we are making changes very frequently, because for me we are not making any changes. But he's asking some examples, right? Use case rather, yeah. Yes, as you said at the server, if something is done on the production, assume that there's an IP has been changed. So if we are upgrading that IP, like 10.1.1, so and the port number, so can we change the port number and the IP address of the chain? Can we as an admin? So we have to change in syslog also. I don't understand your question. So, as an admin, where we need to change, so from Cyberark configuration end, we will change those, that's it, syslog server end, that respective team will change. So why we are changing? That initial configuration means they have updated something and they dropped an email to all the application owners who are using that service.